best guy in the world. He had an awesome job. And it's like, I'm just a firefighter, son. And his mom was this designer and really gorgeous model. And she's like, oh, my son thinks I've got a lame job. That sucks. I remember doing that to my mom. I brought her to show and tell because I thought she had a cooler job than my dad. Dad's like, my son thinks I'm lame. This sucks.
All right.
Can I get a lockbox down?
Yep. While we're waiting for everybody to get here, see a couple of marks on the ground here. You see the blue and the green. When you get the red circle around you, run those out to the side. You'll be dropping blood, and we need to stay out of those as much as possible. Phase 1 will tank him right where the skull is, up front to the right. When he gets ready to do his shriek, everybody move behind the pillar that's right close to him to avoid that. Second phase, he will drop to the center, and then he'll start putting out all kinds of sonar bubbles. Everybody will need to hide out behind one of the pillars. Also, watch out behind you because those sonar blips will bounce. If they hit you, they will stun you, and he will jump to you and kill you.
Sorry about that.
Make sure you stay out of those blips.
And we'll also do a shriek, so we're going to have to watch out for that too. I forgot the first few times I was fighting him.
He does it every 50% energy.
So, Thorn, I think what we might want to do is put all of the dropped bloods on one side, because from what I've been watching, sometimes you run around the pillar on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't want to put it on both sides, and then we have nowhere to run around the pillars.
That's adorable that y'all think that's going to happen, because what's going to happen is there's going to be blood everywhere. We're going to kill it anywhere, and it's going to be fine.
Well,
no, that would be accurate.
I mean, like every time I've ran it, we're all like, put it over to the edge by the wall, and every time everybody's like, right in the middle. Okay.
All right.
face it all.
Are we grouping up to DPS them?
Yes.
Yeah, Forgotten's right. You can stack them right on top of each other.
Brutus the Cat, I know you signed up. Did you sign into the in-game community? Because I'm not seeing your name.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was gonna ask where to do that at. It's my fault.
Yeah, if you bring up your guild, pressing J.
Yep.
Down the bottom, you'll hit Find Community.
Oh, yep, there it is. Okay, I got it. All right, cool.
You get a code in there.
Wait, Kronos, we should try it this way first. Because the healers are going to have to get used to this.
But we won't have the DPS. She will enrage after the third phase 2.
Okay.
There we go.
There you are.
Yep, sorry about that.
No problem.
No, you're fine.
You guys are inside?
Yes,
Good.
we are.
Yeah, we can get you a summon.
Has anybody talked to Fail lately to see what's up with him? Because he's not here tonight. I don't know if he said anything to anybody.
With who?
Fail. I haven't heard from him, hon.
Fail / Stone Cold, because he's coming with Stone Cold. But yeah, I haven't seen him on. He's come for the dungeon runs, but he's not here tonight. Okay.
He's not on the list, that's why.
I know, and that's what we're trying to figure out is why he didn't sign up. No, because he was wanting to raid with us last time I knew. So once he gets on one of these days, I'll get a hold of him. I know he's got some medical issues, so.
Also, he never filled out the forms or what?
No, he never filled it out. I just didn't know if he didn't see it or what, because he's more than welcome to come along. He's been a Deathwatch member for a long time now.
Some people may not have signed up not knowing if they're going to be ready or not for raid.
Yeah, that's possible
Yeah,
too.
not possible. Yeah, that's why I was just wondering if anybody had talked to him. That was all. Like I said, I know he's got some health issues that stop him from raiding and gaming at times, so.
Kronos is coming in on his DK. I'm fucked. Shut up.
And by the way, Rove's back, so.
I'm doubly screwed.
Yeah, I'm gonna say we're all screwed.
And Frostly, I'm going to. I'm sure you have heard. There's going to be a lot of fights in here that are not Beastmaster friendly at all.
Yeah, that's what they were. Black and Thornton were saying to me, and you can even ask Thornton for a couple weeks now. I've debated on going to Marksman just because it seems to be the better of the specs, but I wanted to see what happened once they did the squish to Marksman, but it still seems like they're the better spec.
You have your legendary?
Can we get another lockbox so we can get Solus in here?
I do not have my legendary yet. No, I've been too lazy and haven't been running Torghast at all.
What covenant are you?
Night Fae. I've got the legendary. I just need the Soul Ash to be able to make it. Like I said, I'm lazy.
Then it'll be super easy for you to switch.
Yeah, that's one of the things we were looking at, was how hard it was going to be for me to swap, and it's actually fucking easy because they're both the same.
Well, I'm taking another one for my Marksman. I'm doing the one that has aim shot, and you do and you get the serpent sting at the same time.
Alright, now that we're all here, let's pull this boss and see how we do.
Mic on.
How did you want to handle the rotation?
Rotation for...
Kill stuff.
For hiding from him. Or
to get behind a pillar.
Get behind a pillar.
Anybody have a feast?
No, we're not going to use feast tonight.
Okay.
And can we get the warrior buff, please?
Personal foods for tonight.
Feast or crit as a druid?
I'm not sure.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Three, 2, 1.
Good job on the bloods.
Three, 2, 1.
Get ready for Shriek.
You gotta find some
Shriek.
shelter.
Shriek.
Shriek, get behind a pillar. Hit me.
Get Thorn up if we can.
2, 1. Run out. Watch your feet. Three, 2, 1.
Ten seconds to phase 2.
Shriek.
You gotta find
Get behind a pillar.
Phase 2, phase 2.
Okay, hide from me.
2.
Look out for the echoes.
Do not DPS. DPS is irrelevant.
Yep, he takes no damage there in his face.
Your job is to stay alive.
Remember to look out behind you, as they will bounce up behind you.
You gotta find some shelter.
Shriek.
You gotta find some
Shriek.
shelter.
Okay, we should be fine now. Get him back to where he was.
Three, two, one. Three, two, one. Run out.
Shriek.
You gotta find some shelter.
About a pillar.
Three, two, one.
Shouldn't we be leaving some room between the pillar and the blood?
Should
Yeah.
be.
Yeah, every pillar's got blood.
Yeah, like I
Yeah,
said, good luck
Like
with it.
Yep.
You can go through it. It's not that bad. Just don't.
As long as you don't stay in it.
It's the pounds that get you the most.
One. You gotta find some shelter.
Shriek. Phase 2.
But you don't have to be right on the pillar. You can be behind the blood still.
Yeah.
Phase 2. Phase 2.
Phase 2, hide.
Two.
Oh, now you don't mention.
Phase change.
Alright, everybody stay alive and get behind a pillar. Avoid all the bouncies.
Doc, did you leap of faith me?
You gotta find some shelter.
Did I or can I?
Shriek.
Asked if you did.
Nope.
You gotta find some
Jumped
shelter.
on me.
Damn it.
Okay, we're safe. Just don't get hit by orbs.
You gotta find some shelter.
Or shriek, my bad. Okay,
Yeah,
phase
we
2.
need that anyway.
Yeah, just call it. Die. We got too many down.
There was nowhere to get out of the blood.
Three,
No.
two, one.
Yeah, we can overlap that blood, guys. It's not the blood that hurts, it's the pounce that'll take you down. So just try to overlap the blood as much as you can.
That armor.
Because we just had too much blood all over the place. But not bad. Really good job.
I
He was
ran.
below 50% with no hero. So that's fantastic.
I ran.
Let me ask that.
Do you want hero on the pull?
After the well, I want it after the first phase 2. So as soon as it comes out of phase 2, hero.
Alright.
We were just waiting to we wanted to see how we would do without it. Didn't want to waste it if we were going to be dying right off the bat.
If you're a DPS that has defensive cooldowns like Iron Bark in the case of
Third.
use them when you get the bat on you.
I even remembered that this tune had gloves, strength to gloves.
My heroic BOE sold for 200k.
Nice. I didn't have a bite me. I didn't have a heroic 190 weapon that sold for 200k. That dagger that dropped that I was all pissed off about getting.
Yeah.
That had intellect. Remember that, Thorn?
Yep.
I think it was guys.
Yeah.
It sold for 200k.
Damn.
Man, that give me some money.
Okay. The internet has crashed. We're seeing if it comes back first. Okay, I'm gonna call you back.
Does my mic sound alright?
Yep.
Okay, cool. It's been acting really weird and kicking off static lately.
Roger.
Yeah, my daughter forgot to tell me that this dog is like a little furnace and is the most clingy thing I've ever seen. Poor puppy.
If anyone needs a flask, I got several.
Is there work to be done? Toodle-hoo.
Use it yourself, son.
I
Who
did.
lives
Okay.
out on the East Coast and got hammered by the snow? How bad was it?
We not even a half an inch. It was minimal.
Yeah, not terrible.
Warrior buff, please.
Shit. Zelda wants to know if anybody's okay. Somebody's starting to. Okay. You saw it.
Okay, just let me know when you're ready, Forgotten.
You want those? Take 'em. I had to put my pants over here so he felt better.
You good to go, Forgotten?
That's a cool name. I wish I would have thought of it.
Hey, Nana, I just had to put my sweats on the dog bed so the dog would lay there and not try to get on me. If you have anything of your daughter's, you might try putting it on one of the dog beds and see if she'll lay on that.
Yeah, because she is making me like 90. You know, it feels like summertime in here.
Yeah.
I want her to feel safe, and that's why I'm not really.
Yeah.
You right now, because again they
put armor on a dragon, so why not a bat?
Exactly. It makes it like 5 times better.
I know it's a bat, but hey.
It's a big bat. It could be a gargoyle. That's a good.
Yeah, I think it's more of a gargoyle, seeing as it's made of stone and everything.
Ooh.
Let's just kill this damn ass gargoyle. How's that sound?
Well, it says it's a humanoid, actually. If you look at the tag.
Yeah. Depends on if the moon's out.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Three, 2, 1. Three, 2, 1.
Shriek in 3 seconds.
You gotta find
Shriek, find shelter.
Three, 2, 1. Three, 2, 1.
Run out.
You gotta find some shelter.
Shriek. Phase 2.
2, 1.
Phase change.
Look out for sonars.
You gotta
Shriek.
find some shelter. You gotta find some shelter.
Shriek.
Oh, y'all dropping the blood right against the pillar.
Yeah, I noticed when he does Shriek in this phase, it drops the blood as soon as he hits it.
Yep. Yep. It's supposed to leave a little blood room around the pillar so that you got room to run.
You got one pillar
That's
left.
what I read.
Two.
That way.
One.
They're in there before, so I can't say Jack Squad.
Clear channel. Hero, please.
Three, two, one.
You want Wicker up?
Not yet.
You gotta find some shelter.
Shriek, find shelter. And everybody else.
3, 2, 1. Three, 2, 1.
Shriek.
You gotta find some shelter. Watch your feet.
And phase 2 again.
2, 1.
Everybody hide.
I've noticed if you get hit with his little sonar things, as soon as it hits you, it leaves blood as well.
Another reason not to get hit.
Yep.
Yup.
Watch your feet. You gotta find some shelter.
Shriek.
You gotta find some shelter.
Shriek.
Watch your feet. Three, 2, 1. Run out. Three, 2, 1.
We should get a DPS. Right?
Shriek. No, never mind.
You gotta find some
Yeah, there
shelter.
it is. It was my DBM was a little early.
Not gonna make it.
3,
Okay, get Frostly up.
2, 1.
Thanks, Bear.
You're welcome.
I'm down. Damn it.
I've got one more if you need anybody else up.
We might have one more phase 2, so push DPS.
1.
Thorn's down.
Get Thorn up.
Coming.
You gotta find some shelter.
Shriek.
Shriek.
Shriek, hide.
This is gonna get lethal, so pop all your CDs.
3,
Phase 2 again.
1.
Phase change.
You gotta find You gotta find some shelter.
I could really use.
You gotta
heal.
find some shelter.
On that shriek.
Yeah, the healers are a little low.
Full DPS.
I'm taking the other side of the room because of the blood.
Ah.
I don't know who said that the blood doesn't do much damage, but you're full of it.
3.
They're all stacked on top of each other.
Yeah, they're all stacked on top of each other.
What's happening is if somebody's getting hit, because when I get hit by one of those echo thingies, you drop a pool of blood.
Yep.
And that's what's doing it, and it's just trying to maneuver.
Every time you get hit by an echo, and every time you get hit by the shriek, you drop the blood.
1.
We need to make sure we leave enough gap around the pillar. In my opinion.
So
we are trying, Bear, but the people are getting hit by the sonars, and that's what's dropping it.
Okay.
As soon as they get by the sonar,
You gotta find some
they get
shelter.
hit.
I'm muted for the evening.
Mic off. One thing that I did notice is several people, I'm not going to name names, but when they got the red arrow over their head, they got it mixed up for the shriek thing, and they ran and hid behind the pillar. If you get the red arrow over your head, don't hide by a pillar, hide by a wall. It's an easy mistake to make. It's like, panic, go! I've done it myself.
Oh, your boy's back on top.
Gross.
Cutting down to 5%, that's good.
I couldn't get my combustions to line up that fight to save my life.
You're not going to. That's the problem I'm having on my druid. It's that I can't get anything.
Thorn, I feel like we need to lust phase on pole because it's just like coming out of phase 2, but without anybody dead or any blood. And then maybe one heal go DPS, but that's
well, that's
up to
the
you.
healers. You gotta talk to the healers. How are they?
Yeah, with full 20 people, I want 5 healers.
I can honestly say I have no problem healing this, but you can't when the blood's everywhere. And I'm gonna be a bit of an ass when I'm saying this, and you can mute me, but phase 2 is all about mechanics, guys. When we drop blood anywhere, I don't care who's around, I can't heal shit when there's blood all over the place. We'll wipe constant on this.
No, you're not. It's because I got hit like an idiot. And that's my bad. But I try to stand far enough away from the pillars that there's an empty pillar.
Steward's job is never
If
done.
that makes sense. How far behind a pillar can you get, Crunchy? You said you don't have to be right on top of the pillar.
You can get as
Just
far.
as long as the pillar's between you and the boss, you're fine.
Yeah, you can get across the room as long as the pillar's there. I feel like what would help is if we stacked for phase 2.
Yeah, we stack and we all are near the same pillar.
Yes,
Yeah,
but then
because
whenever
we're-
he does this jump, he takes out everybody. We tried it; it was awful.
Huh?
He does
If
that
he
late
hits one
in phase
person,
2.
then he jumps on you, it takes out the entire group.
Yeah, it's
That's
we
when
tried
you-
that. It's awful. It was awful.
All right. See, I didn't know that. I was getting right up on the pillar, and that's
Oh
where I
no!
was
Yeah.
Okay.
Say Shriekwing is like right here. You can go all the way against the wall between him and the pillar, as long as the pillar's between you and him.
This is my first time doing Castle of Nathria, so I just want to be clear. So for the echolocation after phase 2 when it drops the blood, so at that point we're supposed to drop that by the wall?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well,
Anytime you get an arrow over your head, you drop it by the wall.
Right. If you get hit by, if you get hit by one of those like white sonar beams, you're not gonna get an arrow. It's gonna disorient you and drop blood right
Right, exactly where you're standing. Yep.
there. But if you get an arrow on your head, it's a big red arrow. Just run it to the wall. Act like you're trying to go through the wall because you're scared of the boss.
Yeah, I think what's doing it is people are just getting hit by the sonar, and just consciously remember it's not just the damage. Yes, you get hit, but you drop a blood, and there's nothing you can do. You can't even try to get that out of the way.
If you guys can stay out of the middle, that may help too. like if we can run to the sides and to the back and to the front and stay out of the middle area, so this way that area is kind of clean. Does that make sense? Would that make sense, Thorn?
Yes.
All right.
And I think in phase 1 here, Thorn, I think if we tank him, you tank him in the middle, away from us, we just stand on his butt and just DPS as a group.
What do you mean?
Like you tank him, like just right almost where he is, but turn it around, right? And we're just gonna stand right here on his butt and just DPS him in phase 1.
Yeah, but I think Thorn brought him up a little bit closer to the pillar because this way it gave melee, so we don't have to, because we'd all have to stop DPSing quicker than what we have to is if he's got him closer to the pillar.
Yeah, right between the 2 pillars, and then you can go either way.
Yeah, I don't think he's saying really tank him where he's at. I think he's just saying keep him in that same line, but just move him up.
Just move him up to the pillars.
I thought you were
melee can go either way.
I thought you were talking about taking him way back there where he is.
No, and then we stay on his butt. And then the healers have a lot easier time because we're all in one spot.
Yeah, and that when people have to run, nobody's
just have to strafe left or right.
Yep.
Where's Bear? Oh, he's over here.
Alright then, so tank him right here in the center then.
Yeah, exactly, right there between, and then melee can go to either pillar, whichever one's they prefer.
Who keeps joining and leaving?
I don't know.
And did we decide hero on the pull?
Yeah, we'll do hero on pull.
I don't know if it helps, but I put a demon gate up, so if you get the mark on you, you can just jump in and it shoots you to the back of the room. And you just let it, some of the blood at least collect back there.
That'll
work as long as, that might work as long as you get against a wall. That should be fine.
Yep.
Willing to give everything a shot.
Can we get a lock gate from the right pillar to the left pillar? If it's convenient.
Bear would have to do that one because Cedric's already put his lock gates down.
Yeah.
I'd like a trinket, and I'd like the feet, and I'd like back piece. That would all be nice.
It's up in the back.
I'd like a new car and a condo and a yacht.
Not a summoning portal, Bear, the lock gate.
The demon gate.
Can you give me a mark real quick?
Where do you want it?
Right here, Bear. Give me a mark, Thorn, please. Right here to over here.
So basically from one pillar to the next.
That would work.
It's not right. He should be granting my Christmas wishes.
Gee, Bear, my gates are bigger than yours.
Get wrecked.
I'm not going to go there.
What do we do after this boss?
Don't worry about it. Let's get this boss down.
Third time's a charm.
Yep, we got him down to 5% last time. We should be able to kill him this time.
Daisy, you nutburger.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Mic off.
2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
Liquor move.
You gotta find some shelter.
Shriek.
Three, 2, 1.
That didn't work.
Three, 2, 1. You gotta find some shelter.
Shriek. And phase 2.
3, 2, 1.
Phase change.
You gotta find some shelter.
Shriek.
You gotta find some shelter.
Shriek.
Three, 2, 1.
Run out.
Three, 2, 1. You gotta find some shelter.
Shriek.
Three, 2, 1. Three, 2, 1.
Run out.
You gotta find some shelter.
Shriek.
Three, 2,
And
1.
phase 2.
Phase change.
Liquor laws.
You gotta find some shelter.
Shriek.
You gotta find some shelter.
Shriek.
You gotta find some shelter.
Shriek.
So we have to push him before the next phase 2.
Three, 2, 1.
Get Gyarados up.
Run out.
Get Frostly up.
I'd get Kane up instead of me, guys.
Three,
Didn't get Kane up.
1. You gotta
Shriek.
find some shelter.
Shriek, find shelter, hurry.
Three, two, one.
Run out. Watch your feet.
Mic on. Mic off.
Push him.
3, 2.
You've got it. Throw it at him.
Everything you got.
You gotta find some shelter.
Shriek.
Damn.
Go to the middle. Everyone to the middle. We have to push him.
3, 2, 1.
There we go.
Good job.
That is ours.
Nice job.
Yay! As I suspect, Denathrius has retreated to his...
Like a glove.
There is a passage beyond
Good
the
job.
tunnels that leads down into the castle's underpinnings. From there, we can reach the anima stores and stem the flow into the maw.
Okay, we're going to go
If
to
we are to
Huntsman.
have any chance against
There is a repair guy out here for
we
people
must
that have
deprive
died.
him of his most
Mic
prized
on.
possessions.
There's a repair guy back here.
Path we must take to reach
It's
them.
yeah. They at the beginning.
Oh.
When you first come in, they put a repair guy up. They're really nice this time, so you can repair.
How kind of them.
I gotta go do family stuff.
Okay, thanks for coming.
Which bosses sent you?
Sure. Just
When
give
you
me
get
animal.
eight, them fancy shares of yours.
I got waste.
Congrats.
I got anima. It was so great.
I got anima too.
I got boots.
So now 182.
Shush, people.
I got a rock.
There was nothing for me to lose.
All right, Charlie Brown.
I got a jar of dirt.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
I got a lump of coal.
That'll be a diamond soon.
They really should. They really should. Like, since they have the Santa hats on things, they should get like lumps of coal.
Right.
Where do you loot at? There's nothing for me to loot.
It would be the boss itself.
The carcass of the dead boss.
Do this on normal already?
Nothing there.
Did you do this on normal already?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
be why.
that would be why.
Well, there we go.
And now we know.
And
Check
going
the
in half the
lockup though,
battle.
like check it by the boss because they've been making mistakes. Like we got all the way up to council, and then on my priest, it's only showing me locked to 2 bosses. And someone that was in that same raid just came to raid for fun on a different team, and they got loot, even though they'd already killed it this week.
There was an issue that they hot fixed later.
Did they fix it already? Boo.
Gotta love when they fix it.
I have no clue where you guys are going. I'm sitting here going in circles.
I'm out
Down
of
the
range.
big stairwell.
To the left, to the stairwell.
To the left, to the left.
I get lost easily, people, so forgive me. And if I look like I'm running in circles, come hold my hand and lead me the way.
No, wrong way.
See, Nana finally admitted it's her fault I'm the way I am.
It's like there's a bear and a Mrs. Bear.
Rough.
Well,
Yeah.
Nana did teach you, so yeah.
That's right.
Whoa!
I know.
Don't appreciate getting yeeted over there.
I know, I got yeeted too. I can't even tell if there's shit on the ground in there anyway.
I don't know. I think I was stepping in something. I was dying.
Usually what happens. Oh, there's these fucking bomb things that go off. That's what that's happening. Okay.
This puppy doesn't love me. What's
No, not at all.
Sad day.
Hey, a puppy. We got hunters. Let's just tame them all instead of killing them all. Let's be nice and peaceful with them. What do you think?
I'm sure that'll work.
Was never an option.
We don't have a monk, do we? No.
We do not.
We got a rove. Sheepy.
Yep, we got a sheeper.
We've got a Hexer, so we got a Froggy too.
Ooh, yeah, Froggy or Hexer. Yep.
Yep.
Could be pumping away.
And like I said, if everybody hard changes to the boss on that with the second go round, we shouldn't have a problem with the shade.
Oh, I'm expecting a couple deaths, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, especially the first time.
Just remember they share a pool, a health pool, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Yes.
All three of the puppers and the huntsman all share.
That's why on the second one where the shade comes out of the puppers, everybody hard switch to the boss dude. This way nobody's breaking the shade
levels of the castle.
after Rope shoots it.
Yep. Because we have to let him get to so many stacks before we can actually kill him.
It's 5, correct?
10, I think.
Yes. I'm not sure.
I thought it was 5.
It's 5 stacks, Thorn just said.
It gets to a point where you can't even crowd control them.
Yeah.
I have a dreamy, snory puppy. What'd you say?
Does that make it a short stack?
I don't know what the fuck just hit me.
A burr.
Pounce on you.
All I know is I went down, but the healers kept me up, so thank you.
Got some big heals in this raid.
I need a target. I can smell your fear! Margot!
Oh no,
to
you can
me.
smell my fear. I hate that.
That's not our fear, that's just bear.
It's rough.
Alright, I got a question because my roommate did a boo-boo.
Oh god, what's up, Nana?
On her computer, she's got a half a black screen. Half the screen is showing, the other half's not showing.
Check video drivers, check cable. Swap the display to see if that's the issue. If none of those work, you probably have a dead video card.
Turn off, turn back on may work too. Who knows? After all of that, nothing works. Yeah.
Well, then you try a hard
rebooted
reset, which involves kicking it. A harder reset would go get the sledgehammer.
Yeah, and even a harder, more fun reset is getting a shotgun.
She said she hit a key, something.
Could she have Black? Could she have split the display?
Ooh, maybe.
On a single key command,
I was gonna ask if there's a hotkey command for that. That doesn't seem right.
You know what I mean? Where she's got screen 1, screen 2.
Yeah.
Yep, it won't do that. If it's a single display, even if it splits it, it'll go to a second display. You're not going to have half the display black.
Okay.
I wouldn't think it's a bad cable either, because generally you're gonna get either like mismatching colors or static.
I've seen weirder
half the screen.
Have you tried turning the monitor off and back on?
Ooh, power cycling it, let it sit off.
Power cycle is always the first thing you do.
Yeah.
Have you turned the device off and then back on again?
I work in a commercial network environment, and yeah, power cycle that shit.
That didn't do it.
Oh yeah, Black and Thorn both work with computers, so that's why Nana went, help!
Yeah, Dad works with computers too, but the thing is, he's still from the age of 8.5-inch floppy to send vinyl records.
Okay, let's clear a chance we can do this.
Black are probably more modern.
Thank you. Okay, for this boss, there's going to have 3 puppers. Each pupper has a different mechanic. The first pupper is more of a tank mechanic, so we're just going to group them up and DPS the bear down as quickly as we can. The second mechanic, we're going to split the boss from the bear. Black will take the huntsman over to green. We'll take the bear over to blue. During that time, everyone switched to the Huntsman and DPS the Huntsman as they share a health pool. Either Rove or who's the other person? The shaman. Kira, thank you. One of those two. There will be a ghosty-looking version of the bear pop out. When that pops out, either hex it or sheep it, and everyone ignore that bear. Do not DPS it down.
Where I'm standing right now, is where that shade will pop out, and this is where I'll sheep it.
Okay.
Hibernate would also work.
Rove, where'd you say your shoe so I don't go over there?
I'm over here standing at the spot, Nana.
Right there, purple.
Okay. I just want to make sure because I don't want to accidentally do an AoE near that shade.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and there'll also be another one around, like here. This is another spawning pot where I'm standing. So.
Okay, but yeah, if you can worry about that one, Rove, since one, you've seen it, and two, it's not taking the healer off healing, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'm good.
And then once that bear drops, then we can worry about the shades. Yep, I'll mark the things to say. Once that bear's down, we can kill the shade. Another mechanic we need to worry about is ripped souls. The healers will have to worry about that mechanic, especially. Basically what happens is a random person will be targeted. Hopefully it's a ranged person, not melee, since they'll be on top of them. If that ripped soul gets back to the boss, it heals them. But the healers, if they can heal that ripped soul to full health, it disappears and he doesn't get it anymore. So the healers will have to be on their game for that ripped soul during that phase. Phase 3, they'll get a third bear. That one, again, we will group up and group them out there in the center where they're standing. If you get a brown swirly around you, run that as far to the wall as you can possibly get. It will drop a huge area of brown, and it does a lot of DPS, especially if they're stacked on top of each other. And then we'll kill the bear. Once that bear's down, we'll go back to the boss and kill him. So it's bear, boss, bear.
I just got one little thing to add about the shades.
Mm-hmm.
The shades is probably the first spot where we could wipe as a group, and so we'll keep the shades CC'd until Thorn tells us to attack it, and when he tells us to attack it, I'm still going to keep polymorphing it to interrupt the spell, but you want to keep DPSing it, and that's when you also want to pop all your cooldowns, because you get something ridiculous like an 800% buff when you attack the shades.
Yeah, what do you think, Hero, during phase 2 there, Rove, for the second bear?
I'll be honest with you, I don't remember where it is.
Okay, we'll try it on the second bear when he comes out. See how we do there.
Did it on the third bear? Because of I don't know.
I wasn't sure when other teams were doing it, so that's why we were kind of asking, because I know some of y'all ran it, so.
But I've only done this fight like a couple times, so yeah. So I should save my army of the dead then for the shade, Rove?
When Thorn tells us, I mean, you should be DPSing everything, and I'm not sure what happens. I think we might kill one of the bears, and then when Thorn tells us to focus the shade, he'll bring the boss over to the shade that we want to attack, and we'll, kind of cleave off both of them, focusing on the shade. And that's when you get a ridiculous buff. And during that time, I'm going to be constantly sheeping it. So don't be afraid to break the sheep. It's just it's the only way to interrupt the cast that it's doing.
So I'll save my army of the dead for that phase when we.
That's what I was just going to tell you. Is I would save it, Nana, and see how it does.
Holding.
Yeah, the shade spawns where the bear is.
Well, there are a few spawn spots. I mean, there are a few shades that come out during.
And then there is one when they does rip soul, the healer's got to heal that thingy up. Quickly.
Yep.
Rogue, do you need?
We're just gonna have to see it as it goes.
Something feared?
No, nothing needs to be feared.
Okay.
The one shade or whatever it's called has to actually be CC'd, because when it's CC'd, it gains a buff. And once it gets to 5 stack, it takes like over 100% extra damage. And then we have to swap over to it to get it killed. But what Rogue's saying is the only way to interrupt one of his casts is by constantly polymorphing him.
Okay.
So
well,
Rogue
I didn't know if fear would do
attacking.
the same amount of thing or not. So.
No, I wish, but no.
And lastly, at the very first part of this pool, there's going to be 3 people that's going to be randomly picked. That's going to get like this big icon over your head, and that means that you're about to be zapped. And so usually you want to keep this area, this range, nobody standing in this range, because it shoots out like a laser line. And then the first person that's marked will go here, and then the second person that's marked will go here, and the third will go here. Okay? And when you're marked, it's like 1, 2, 3. It's about that fast. So the first person's here, second person's here, and the third person's here. And if anybody is standing between these 3 people and the boss, they're going to get nuked.
Yep. Thank you, Rob. I forgot about the arrows.
Okay, let's do this and let's just see it.
Yep. I know it's a little confusing. Once you see it, you'll be like, oh, okay, yeah.
It is. Just remember when the second puppers come out, hard swap to.
Yep, hard swap to the boss.
To the boss.
And the reason we do that is so that you don't accidentally AoE the shade that comes out from the bear.
Like me.
Or me. I got a lot of AoE spells.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The hunt begins. Nothing escapes my sight.
Everybody should be DPSing the bear for this first right.
Margot, make them bleed.
To get a red circle, stack with them.
Thank you.
Take it to the boss.
Yeah, the red circle, you need to take it to the boss.
Oh.
This bow
That's fine.
has your name.
There's the arrows.
Arrows are out.
I kept targeting Nana.
Margot.
I don't think you want to kill her.
No. No, I'm cute bear and all, but jeez.
I had your butt all lined up, ready to implant.
Okay, let's clear channel, guys.
Let's go ahead and get Doc up.
Margot, make them bleed.
Take it to the boss.
Good job.
This bow
Look out for the arrows.
has your name on it. Nothing escapes my sight. Margot, make them bleed. Nothing escapes my sight. Your deaths will not be.
Yes, now you should focus on the ball.
Phase 2.
I have enough bows for everyone.
Somebody needs to heal up the rip soul for me.
Their souls.
Shade is up next to me. Okay, good job on the poly. I'm moving the bear away.
This bolt has your name on it.
The shade got how many stacks?
Heal up that shade again, guys. We need the shade healed with the healers.
Barghast! Rend
Kill the
their
axe.
souls.
Switch yet?
Yeah, we've
Okay,
got
take
another
the shade. Kill the shade.
This bolt has your name.
Look out for arrows.
Yep, that's a wipe.
Yeah, we let it go too long, I think.
Yeah, Thorn was trying to figure it out.
I'm not seeing the stacks on the shade.
So DBM did early on say switch targets. It's telling me to switch targets anyway.
I didn't see that.
All that
And if you see that DPS spike there, that's what happens when you attack the shade when you get that buff.
Jeez, Rove.
Jesus Christ, Rove! He says DPS, and I look over my details, and I see 11.7k out of Rove.
Yeah, Shade did have 30 attacks.
Yeah,
And
so
Crunchy, I'm sorry, I just didn't know if anybody was getting heals to the...
Oh, no,
whatever you
no,
want to call it.
No, I wasn't complaining. I was just like, panic. Yes,
I know. Yeah, the shade had 31 stacks.
yeah, so my DBM pretty quickly came up and said switch targets.
Yeah, see, I didn't hear that, so I mean, there may be an update for mine out there then.
I just updated before coming into raid, and there was updates, so I've updated everything. So I'm not sure because I didn't see it either. That's odd.
Well, mine wasn't working halfway through, and I updated right before as well. It didn't start working until Barghast came out, and like halfway through that fight.
Yeah, like when Barghast came out, after we DPS for a little while, actually, it said DPS to the shade because are there supposed to be two shades out?
No.
Right. So when it said to switch targets, we probably would have killed that shade, and then you might have gotten a second one, but the first one would have been dead, right? So
that's correct. And then I would polymorph the second one and wait until I just don't know how many stacks it's supposed to have.
I think it's like 5 or 10.
Yeah, I thought it was 5.
Yeah, it was really quick. I'll tell you that I got my DBM popping off.
Okay.
Okay. Well, if you see that we go past that spot, say something because apparently our DBMs aren't telling us.
I've got a question. I got weak auras and I've got this downloaded. Where would I go to find this boss?
Not in weak auras.
Hey, Thorn.
Yes, sir.
If you tank him a little more in the middle on this opening, then when we get the things that are above our heads, it's easier to like go here and not hit other people.
So take him more
tank him more
like
in the
here?
center of the room, like right around in here.
Okay.
Maybe not like initially, but eventually this is kind of where you want to take him. I think maybe when the air splits off.
So take the bear here in phase 2.
Yes, I believe that's correct. I know that they tank the boss in the center of the room. Is the way I've seen it done.
Well, I was just looking if there's something in weak auras that will ding or tell me with that shade. Because right next to the shade, I was seeing the number go up.
Okay. I think I'm looking. I think I know what I'm looking for now. Alrighty.
Check flasks, guys.
Yeah, I got 13 more minutes. I know we're gonna take a break right after this poll, so.
Whoops! I just renewed it.
Ooh, yeah, I know. I just renewed
Sorry.
my class as well.
Sorry.
Big rips, but it's all right.
Was a little slow on that. Sorry, guys.
Okay, everybody's ready.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I need to get closer.
Nothing escapes my sight.
Margot, make them bleed.
So remember, bring the circle to the boss. Yep.
This bow
Arrows going out.
your name on it.
Good job, the arrow.
Nothing escapes my sight.
Margot, make them bleed.
I have enough bows for everyone.
Margot, make them bleed.
Good job on the circle, bringing it in.
This boat has
There's the arrows.
your name on it.
I have enough bows.
Margot,
Your deaths will not be as quick. Barghast, come.
Phase 2.
Have enough bows.
Okay, everybody should be on the boss.
Barghast, rend
Kill the
their
axe.
Switch.
Okay, the shade is out. So you see it?
Don't attack the shade.
Don't
attack it.
Yeah, the DBM is off then.
Yep, the shade just came out. Somebody keeps attacking the shade.
Everybody needs to be on the boss.
That was me just then.
Yeah, okay.
Somebody,
Now it's 5 stacks.
Okay, kill the shade.
Barghast, rend
Kill the
their
axe.
souls.
Okay, the other shades.
This boat
You know when it got to
has
5
your
stacks.
name on it.
Thorns down. Need a res.
It's at 5 now. It's at 6.
They swap to the shade.
I'm down.
Okay, go
Just
ahead.
wipe it.
Gotta try to keep that shade interrupted. What is the deathly roar? Is what we gotta interrupt.
You want to keep him CC'd to about 20 stacks. The longer he's CC'd, the more stacks he gets. It's not every unique CC.
Thorn was
last
telling us
time-
we wanted to kill him at 5.
No. A lot more than that.
Problem is we went up to 30 and it wiped the group because we had 2 shades out at once.
Kill the axe.
Thorn kept hitting the shade with his shield because he was tanking the bear too close.
The second time, yeah.
Well, I thought Mando's did it at 10 stacks. Am I right or?
They did it at 60 energy.
I thought it was 10.
I thought it was 10 too, but I'm not sure.
I thought it was 10.
I'm pretty sure it at a certain
I'm pretty sure it
energy.
was 10. So 10 stacks go over, but we've got to we can't let him get off that deathly roar.
Yep, because it does
That's
a lot
what
of
is
damage.
right. That is what's killing the.
Yeah, that's completely on me. That's 100% on me. If a deathly roar gets out, then I missed it.
It's not showing me that I can interrupt it with my DK.
No, I'm the only person that can interrupt it.
Yeah,
He's polymorphing it.
Yep. Only a polymorph or some kind of CC can.
I will
can interrupt
say, y'all can help me. I mean, if y'all see one that's about to go off, I mean, yell at me. Feel free to do that.
And well,
hunters have fear scare beasts too.
There's also doesn't hibernate work?
I don't know. You can try it if you want, but we still are DPSing while we're doing that. Mm-hmm. So like I'm polymorphing it, but you're still beating the shit out of it.
Right.
That's only when we're actually attacking it.
Are we taking a break right now?
Yeah, we're gonna take a 2-minute break.
Okay.
Well, because like I said, I wonder if my asphyxiate, because it lifts the enemy target off the ground, and it stuns it for 4 seconds. Or would that help? Or Rove?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I thought I thought polymorph was the only thing that interrupted that cast. But if you've got something that interrupts that cast, by all means.
Right. Like I said, I don't know. You know what I mean? It's at this point I'm guessing.
Yeah. Well, just experiment with it next pull and see if it works.
All right. Hang on a second. I'm gonna see if I can help my roommate because she's having major issues.
Are we going on break? Yeah, we are on break. Okay, bye. Can I get the lockbox before the warlocks disappear, or did you already? You probably did already. Oh, look at you, beautiful. Somebody clicky click. Thank you.
Mic off.
This guide is intended to be as accurate as possible prior to the release of Castle Nathria raid. However, as the raid is not yet live, some of the information in this guide may be slightly inaccurate. Despite this, I believe this guide will provide you with an effective strategy for dealing with the Huntsman. Huntsman Altimore is the second of 10 bosses of the Castle Nathria raid. It is a 4-phase encounter. There are 4 bosses in this encounter. There's Altimore and his 3 pets, and they are Margor, Barghast, and Hecutus. You will face Altimore during all 4 phases, and each of his pets sequentially in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd phases. In the 4th phase, you will be left with just Altimore. Both Altimore and his pets have 2 abilities. You will have to deal with both Altimore's abilities and the abilities of his pets simultaneously. Combinations of abilities would dictate how mechanics should be managed. Looking at the boss room, the boss should be tanked here in the center, with tanks positioned here, melee spread here, and ranged spread here. We will first look at Altimore. Altimore's first ability is Sin Seeker. This ability targets several players in the raid with a debuff, and after a short amount of time, a wide projectile will move towards and through the target, doing damage and applying a dot to all players caught in its path. This projectile affects not only players caught between the boss and the target, but all players behind the target. The way this is managed is melee stand on one side of the boss, whilst ranged stand on the other side, with everyone in the raid loosely spread. This is done for the benefit of melee, as it is harder to see where the ranged are positioned behind them, and we don't want to affect them. Ranged players should be further away from the boss, so we'll have less difficulty dodging another player's Sin Seeker. The targeted range player should remain still whilst other players make sure they aren't between or behind it when it goes off. Melee manage things differently as they are closer to the boss and more likely to be clipped by the ability. Allocate one half of melee, preferably the side further from the wall, for Sin Seeker and the other half for without. Affected melee should move to the area, ensuring they aren't overlapping, whilst unaffected melee move to the other side to avoid being hit. Return to the spread after Sin Seeker is cast. After Sin Seeker goes off, players should return to an even spread around the boss because of Altimore's second ability, Spreadshot. Spreadshot is an instant cast cone, dealing direct damage to all players in the area with an unlimited range. It hits fairly hard, so to mitigate some of the damage, all players should be loosely but evenly spread around the boss. Now we will talk about Altimore's pets. Altimore has an ability called Huntsman's Bond, which duplicates any damage done to Altimore to his pet, and vice versa. It also has a stacking debuff, stacking every time one of his pets dies. This debuff increases the damage Altimore takes by 100%. Thus, every time a pet dies, he will take double, triple, and eventually quadruple damage. This ability changes how you should select targets throughout the fight, as at early points in the fight it is better to just cleave both targets,
Okay, so
whilst at other times it may be better to single target Altimore.
the shade's
It will also
60 to
depend on
70
whether
energy.
The increased damage Altimore takes as his pets die is also transferred to his following pets.
Yeah, because at 100 they're immune.
Right, so you go to 60 to 70 energy, that'll be high stacks, then blow them up, and then they become immune at 100. So you wait till 60 to 70 energy.
Shared amongst all players in 6 yards. The typical way of managing this is for 4 or so players to stand within this area before the charge occurs to spread the damage and making it survivable. Alternatively, if a player that has an immunity
Is 60 to 7 energy means 60 stacks still?
have to soak with them. Just be careful if you do this not to stand on top of other players, as they will still receive damage.
I think it just means however much energy he has in his mana bar.
Oh, it's the energy in his mana bar, okay. Yeah, 60 to 70 energy, because then they'll take 600 to 700% extra damage.
It's also important to remember Spreadshot. And if players remain clustered,
If you do it at 5 stacks or
so be sure to
10 stacks, I don't think that's enough.
This is a general rule throughout the fight. The other mechanic Margor does is Jagged Claws. This is the tank mechanic for Phase 1. Tanks will receive a stacking debuff that does direct damage initially and damage over time, lasting 30 seconds. It is unsure how frequently Margor uses this mechanic, and the amount of stacks required before a taunt swap occurs will depend on how frequently the ability is used. What you'll want to do on live is pay attention to the time between applications, and the amount of stacks you swap at will depend on how frequently things are applied according to this table. However many times it is used in 30 seconds is the amount you should taunt swap at. Any less and you won't be able to drop stacks of the debuff off, and it will become unmanageable. Tanks should save mitigation for when stacks get highest, as the bleed eventually hurts far more than the direct damage. They will also need heavy heals as they taunt swap and continue to bleed. As Margor is about to die, Barghast will enter starting Phase 2. His first ability is Shades of Barghast, which will regularly spawn adds around the room that attempt to cast Deathly Roar, which if cast, will do heavy damage and apply a pretty much lethal dot. Players must CC these adds in order to prevent them from completing their cast. In addition, when these adds are CC'd, they gain a stack of the debuff, Destabilize, that increases their damage taken by 100%, making them much easier to kill as stacks accumulate. However, they are also gradually gaining a resource bar, which at 100 energy will prevent them from being CC'd, meaning nothing is stopping them from completing their cast. The way you should deal with this is to have your raids spam CC on these adds until enough stacks are accumulated such that they can be rapidly killed, but not accumulating so many stacks that you waste time and they reach 100 energy. It's hard to know the exact number of stacks that's ideal, and eventually there will be a point of diminishing returns, but experiment for yourself. 30 or so should be sufficient. The second ability is Rip Soul, which is another tank mechanic. When tanks are struck by Barghast, an ad will spawn that has starting health proportional to the tank's health when struck. This ad will walk towards Altimore until it is fully healed, at which point it will despawn. If it reaches Altimore, Altimore will receive a 200% damage buff, and it's essentially a wipe. Tanks should separate Altimore and Barghast at this phase in order to increase the distance between the ad that spawns and Altimore. Tanks should be fully topped before this ability is cast, with active mitigation and any shields that can be applied. If the tank starts at a high health, the ad will need less healing and will be less likely to reach the boss. But if you're still struggling and you need more time to heal the ad, you can kite Altimore across the room away from the ad. In the third phase, you will be dealing with Hecutus. For this phase, you will want to reposition the raid near one of the walls, and as the phase progresses, drag him across the room in a staggered fashion. You should lust this phase once the boss is repositioned. This is to take full advantage of the 200% damage taken buff, which, if you target Altimore, should also transfer to Hecutus. His two abilities are Petrifying Howl and Crushing Stone. Hecutus' first ability is Petrifying Howl, which applies a debuff to several players that slows and does damage. When this debuff expires, minor damage is done to all players in 10 yards, and a large pool will be left on the ground that does ticking damage and slows anybody stood in it. Players who receive this debuff should stand near the wall for the first lot of debuffs.
She basically had to unplug everything on her computer, unplug the monitor from the power.
Mic off.
Damn, you got to unplug everything.
Yeah, they're not even sure. I mean, every video I looked at, they're like, make sure it's on the right. It is. They just said unplug everything. It's the graphics card is fine. Thorn.
And ranged use this space. This avoids any possible collateral hits.
Because they said if it was a bad graphics card, the part that you could see, you would have issues.
Yeah.
And the part that you can see is fine. It's just like there's a black curtain over half the screen because you can move your mouse underneath it and it moves just like it would if you had the full screen. It's fucked up.
Yeah, it's definitely weird.
She did something. She did something somewhere.
I put a hammer down in case somebody needs it.
Mic on.
Hey, Thorn.
Always putting the hammer down, Thorn.
Yes, sir.
I was watching that one guy I was telling you about. And he said it's hard to know exactly how many stacks, but it's roughly 30 or so.
Well, we got to 31 last time, and there's another shade to come out.
You end up getting 2 supposedly.
Oh, okay.
That's all I can tell you. Some of what he said I didn't understand, especially the tank stuff. But I'm not a tank, and now I see what you were talking about the other day. He did.
So it's as Kronos was saying, though. 60 to 70 energy. It's the amount of energy that they have.
Right. He said that as he gains more energy, it's diminishing returns, and the shade can only be interrupted by CC.
Yeah, which is either like a polymorph or
ice trap.
Ice trap.
Does ice trap actually interrupt him or just freeze him in place?
Actually, I do think ice trap. I do think ice trap works.
Yeah, ice trap works. It's not about freezing him. It's not about interrupting. It's about CC.
Right.
Well, then my asphyxiate would work because it stuns the target for 4 seconds.
No, it doesn't.
Asphyxiate does too. You have polymorph, freezing trap, fear for warlock, shackle undead for a priest, hibernate for a druid, repents for a paladin, hex for a shaman, and asphyxiate for a death knight.
Okay.
Because I can keep fear going 24/7. There's no
that's
cooldown on it.
easy.
Well, I know Rogue's got it, so it's the fact that we've got too many people talking at once, and I'm not trying to be mean. I think that's the biggest issue right now, is we've just got too many people talking and calling things out, so let's just try to keep that to a minimum.
Calling out when he had the 5 stacks, because I remember Thorn was saying he was having a hard time seeing.
But yeah, and I appreciate that, Nana.
Yep. I see where the stacks are now.
Okay, I can shut the fuck up. You don't.
Like I said, I don't need the help. We just have, I think, too many people talking at once.
Yep.
I don't see
now
any
that
of that stuff, so I just like pew 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 pew.
Yeah.
Do a ready check for make sure everybody's back.
Bear, stop attacking the shade. Whoops. Yes, sir.
That was a missed call. It happens. Don't. It happens. I'm not.
Well, no, somebody said take out the side, and I looked and I went, oh, there's the shade.
Yeah,
No,
it happened.
DBM went off, and DBM's wrong. So that's all.
Yeah, and it happens. It completely happens. We're not upset by it at all.
Kill sides. Okay, where? That one's not the boss. Pew pew pew
came
pew.
out. Kane, I think DBM just announced to you when the shade came out, not when it should be attacked.
Can we get a summon, please, for Yurtis?
Sure.
No, I can read my screen. It said switch targets, so it's off.
And it could be. There's so many glitches right now, it's going to end up happening. So.
Well, and they just did an update yesterday.
There are going to be updates galore for the next couple weeks with people getting in and seeing stuff and reporting it. So.
Yeah. Well, it's just like DBM on Rodin, where it told you to move the circle out when it's supposed to move the circle in.
And it took them a while to get that fixed.
Yeah, it took them a while.
Towards the end of the raid, like 5 months after, before the raid ended, I think is when they finally fixed the fucking thing. It's just like, Jesus.
It's full of lies.
They were saying that there's one, I forget what they said it was called, but a couple of it's gonna be like a circle thing or whatever, and we're supposed to soak it. The range.
Yeah,
that's why you run it into the boss.
Yeah, that's the first bear. When you get a red circle around you, you run up to the boss for everybody to soak it.
Okay.
Because the bear pretty much pounces is what happens. So you put it there, he'll pounce on everybody there.
Gotcha.
Instead of on that one person.
Yeah, that way everybody soaks it, and since the tanks have more health, it mitigates most of it.
Right.
Yep.
Don't forget your flask if it's probably timed out for those that haven't.
I got a hairy egg that's gonna hatch in 3 days.
I bet you
not
do.
even touching that.
Okay.
That's been there a while.
Okay, well, let's get this going because we got somebody that's got one more pull and has got to go. So.
Okay.
Ready to check for pull?
Good one, Nana. Oh, that was just
wanted everybody to laugh.
That was
now that make nair. Just waiting for a hatch.
A razor.
There we go.
Shaving cream.
How's it go? We got
5,
hair.
4,
Okay,
3,
clear channel.
2, 1.
The hunt begins. Escapes my sight. Margot, make them bleed.
Bring that circle to the boss.
This boat has your
Move to
name
diamond.
on it.
Arrows to the right.
Escapes my sight. Margot, make
Fair.
them bleed.
Shush.
Circle to the boss. Good job.
Margot, make them bleed. This boat has
Move
your
to diamond.
name on it. Margot, make them bleed. Your deaths will not
Everybody swap
be
DPS to the Huntsman.
Vargas, come.
Phase 2.
Have enough boats for everyone. Barghast! Rend
Kill the
their
axe.
souls.
Okay, shade is out.
This bolt has your name on it.
Escapes my
There's a Rip Soul.
Heal the Rip Soul.
Should we kill the shade?
I'm gonna wait till he gets to 20. Okay, everybody on the ship.
Barghast! Rend
Rip Soul out.
souls.
Good job on the shade.
Everybody back to the boss.
There's another shade out.
This bolt has your name on it.
Those arrows out.
escapes my escapes my sights.
Healers heal, please. The thingy.
I
Rip
got
Soul.
the map.
Do you want Oz up?
Yeah, let's get Oz up. Okay, everybody on the shade, kill the shade.
Enjoy gnawing your bones.
Get black up.
You
No.
don't. Can't. Okay.
Barghast!
Go ahead and wipe it, both tanks are down.
Kill the
Their
axe.
souls. My pets will enjoy gnawing your
Just,
Hang in there,
just
guys.
wipe it. Stop healing. No, wipe it.
Yeah, both tanks are down.
Okay.
My pets will enjoy gnawing.
That was
This bolt
our fault.
has your name.
The shade reached the tank and that smashed
My
it.
pets will enjoy gnawing your bones. Another.
All that armor.
Okay, we are getting better.
Help you much.
In Oz, that circle has to be brought to the boss, to the tank,
Right.
not off the side.
I watched Oz. I'm gonna be a hero.
Yeah, good. I didn't think it was gonna hurt that much in chat, and that's why I made the comment of take it to the boss.
Yeah,
So-
the one you take to the wall is the brown circle on the third bear. The red one there in the first bear you take to the boss.
You're the one doing the Rip Soul, right?
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, because it looks like it's the closest person to the bear that gets ripped on it. It's been me every time.
So, as a suggestion for healers, I don't know if you read that in chat. If we have Thorn at 100% health, that Rip Soul comes with 90%, and we only have to heal 10%. But if he's at like 40% health, we have to heal 60% for the Rip Soul. So the more health you have, Thorn, the quicker we can heal that thing and then just move on.
Okay. I'm going to be about 20 minutes. I just stepped out of the instance. So I'll be back in about 20 minutes.
Well, we should be done in about 20 minutes. We go to
Yeah.
about 9:30.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll see you guys tomorrow then.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I'll go ahead and remove you from the raid.
See you.
All right. Bye.
Thank you. Great job, by the way.
Nope.
Thank you.
So, one thing that might make it easier, a suggestion, is that when those arrows come out and those people are targeted, really what should happen is, because we should be loosely spread, right, across, so that we don't get hit by the area effect one.
Yep.
When those
Yeah.
arrows come out, those people just stay where you are, and everyone else just get out of the way.
Yeah, let's try
Yeah.
that. That's how I've seen it happen. I just wanted to see how that first one worked out. But yeah, let's try it this time to where if you have that red arrow, you stay still. Everybody else just step slightly right or slightly left. You just have to be. There has to be a clear path between the boss and that person that is targeted. That's all you've got to do.
Right. This way, when he does his spray attack, we're spread out and not so many of us get hit.
Yeah. This is very much a spread out kind of fight.
Yep. And we knew that this was going to be a roadblock for us for a little bit anyway, so.
It's been that way for every team.
We are getting better.
Very much so.
Mic off. Mic on.
Who left it? Was it DPS or?
It was a healer.
Oh, a healer. Okay.
Yeah.
So make sure you spread out so you don't get.
Yeah.
Many of us get hit.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The hunt begins. I have enough foes for everyone. Margot, make them bleed. This boat has your name on it. Nothing escapes my sight. Margot, make them bleed.
Sorry.
Let's.
That came out of nowhere.
No, it came out of you, Bear.
Nothing escapes my sight. Margot, make them bleed. This boat has
Move
your
to diamond.
name on it. Margot, make them
Stab.
your deaths will not be as
Okay, everybody switch over to the boss.
Phase 2.
nothing escapes my sight.
Okay, rip souls out.
Barghast, rend
Kill the
their
ass.
souls.
Soul needs to be healed.
Okay, shade is up. No.
This.
Sorry, my shield keeps hitting for some reason. There he goes.
Nothing escapes my sight.
Soul's out. Heal that up, please.
Nothing escapes my sight.
No.
Have enough bones. My pets will enjoy gnawing your bones. Barghast! Rend
Kill the ass.
Another soul. I am not a minute.
Let's get Doc up and get that soul healed up too, please.
You can move the boss. Move the boss.
I can't follow him anymore.
Yep.
Yeah, Shade got to 100%.
Okay.
Another all that armor didn't help.
If
Did it?
the shade starts getting really close to the boss, you can start kiting the boss a bit so it doesn't touch him.
You mean the Rip Soul guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The big ghost.
We knew what you meant, Crunchy. I keep confusing the two of them as well, so
They
don't
should
feel it's
name
not
them
bad.
different things. They're both named Shade. I can come up with 45 different names for things. They should be able to.
Rather than stacks, maybe we should wait until his mana hits a certain amount.
It's when he hits 60 to 70 energy.
Yeah, the problem is for some reason everything Thorn was putting out without like his shield and whatnot would always hit it. He had a line of sight it to not hit it. That was the problem it was having this time around.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, when I swap, the tanks want to swap what they're doing. I mean, it's a terrible thing to suggest at the last minute.
Unfortunately, Black's got more AoE than what Thorn has.
Yeah.
A lot of Black's is AoEs.
See, I don't know anything about tanking. I can heal and I can stab things occasionally.
Well,
Grungy.
if that's happening, Thorn, if you want, I can fear him away from you.
Well, the problem is the shade came at like blue. I had to go all the way over to the other side of this pillar to line of sight and keep from hitting him. It was weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't matter how far away he was. He only thing that solved it was line of sight. He doesn't know why.
For
That's
what it's
weird.
worth, the same thing happened with Cam last night. So it was his shield.
Well, see, the last time I did it, I was only like 10 yards away from him and nothing hit him. This time, every single thing I threw hit the shade. I'm like, what the crap?
Yeah, I saw that very thing happen last night.
Yeah,
At least we know it's not just us then.
Warren, are you like on the complete opposite back corner of Black?
Yeah, Black is going to green and I'm going to blue. And the shade came out of blue. I had to come all the way over here on this side of the pillar to keep from hitting the shade.
Where I'm struggling, like I'm running out of mana because if I spam Shadowman as a Disc Priest, I run out of mana. So by the second Rip Soul, I'm kind of effed. It just if we can keep you healed up, the Rip Soul's not gonna like mana kill us. I don't know if anybody else is running that as an issue. Like I'm out of mana by the second Rip Soul.
Yeah, well, we did lose a healer and they're over 15, so.
Do we need?
Well, but I mean, even when your Rotus was in, I was out of mana by the second person. I don't know if, like, I know this is a big healer check, but it's a pain. If we can keep you up by the time Rip Soul comes out, we don't have nothing to heal for it. It's just kind of.
Our druids have the whatchamacallit thingy mabobber that feeds mana back to healers. Isn't that who feeds mana back to healers?
Tranquility, or
no?
what's it?
There's Innervate, but
it's a Innervate.
Oh, Innervate, yeah.
Yeah, it's a
I
druid.
can't remember. But I think they have to be in heal spec in order to do it, I believe.
No. You can be in balance spec and do it.
I have mana tag totem, but the other healers, we need to group together when I drop it, or else you don't get to use it.
Who is the person having the mana problem?
Me.
Doc, but eventually all of them will have it. But Ted's already saying he was throwing it on the healers as he could.
Oh, you were already using Innervate, Ted?
He was throwing.
I was using every heal I had on the souls to try and keep it from colliding with the boss.
Can you throw Innervate on Dr. Heals?
That's for it.
Do you know what we're talking about, Ted? You have a spell called Innervate as a druid.
That's that funky blue one, Ted, that I was telling you heals their mana. Stops them from having to use mana. It's a diagonal blue one.
That's like a lightning bolt, I think Thorn said.
Lightning bolt.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Innervate.
Yep.
Yup.
I gotta get the hang of using that one.
Well, Dr. Heals calls for it. You just target him and hit your Innovate, right? Is that how it works?
Yep.
Exactly. He just needs to target Doc and then hit it, and it'll go to Doc, and then he can swap back over to the boss at that point in time.
And that has what, Ted? A 1 minute cooldown?
3.
I think it's. I think it's
a fairly large
pretty
cooldown.
lengthy.
Yeah, I think you cool down than just.
Does Wicker have?
Yeah, Wicker should have one as well.
What if I would have had one for anybody if I'd have been up that last fight?
But I knew there was something the druid had that was able to give.
So it's healing the Rip Soul is going to be difficult on Doc because he's a disciplined priest and he does, he prevents damage more than heals. So the other healers really are the ones that are going to push the healing on the Rip Soul, right?
Well, it's kind of hard just with our setup, and I know the way it is, because pretty much we got two ranged, and the pallies are not really ranged; they're more melee, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, it's a catch-22. That's why I think I'm trying to be proactive on it in regards to if Thorn's up high enough, we don't have to spam very much heals to that Rip Soul.
So if you've got the boss toward the middle of the room, Thorn, then the healers will have better range to both be able to heal Black and to be able to heal you and the Rip Soul. And you could just move them when the Rip Soul comes out if you need a little bit more distance over to the corner.
Okay.
Because otherwise, if you're in two corners, you're ranging the healer range. They're going to have a difficulty getting to both of you.
Ted, that thing lasts 6 seconds, right?
Looks like 10.
10? Okay.
10 seconds with a 3-minute cooldown.
Right. So that's quite a bit of time. So if Doc calls it, that should, that's a whole bunch of heals.
So if Doc calls it, Ted gets the first one, and then if he needs it again, Wicker gets the second one.
Or if any of the other healers need it as well.
If one of the other healers. Yep.
Okay, well, let's give this a shot and see. Probably depending on how quickly we do this, it may be the last pull for the night.
Yeah, and I can drop a regrowth
I didn't mean to bring that up,
on
but
the
I
boss
figured
if I need to.
remembered that,
Or on
and-
the dude.
It's like, oh, wait a minute.
No, that's fine. We knew this was going to be a wall, so.
Off heals on the Rip Soul would help too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
So for the other healers, I can drop mana tag totem, but you just have to be within 20 yards of me to have access for it to work.
Okay, that'll work too. Let's try this.
We're figuring things out.
Yeah, and you know what? We're getting better every time.
Can you mark me and the shaman?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Have enough gold for everyone.
What's going on here? Damn it, Nana.
Margot, make them bleed.
Oh, sure, blend the innocent angel.
Okay, clear channel.
This boat has your name on it.
Arrows.
Have enough boats. Margot, make them bleed. Nothing escapes my sight. Margot, make them bleed. This boat has your name on it.
Arrows.
Your death escapes my
Go to the boss.
Barghast, come!
Phase 2.
Nothing escapes my sight.
Rip Soul coming up.
Barghast! Rend
Kill the
their
axe.
souls.
Shades.
This boat has your name on it.
Rips.
How are we doing in the shade?
Okay, shades of 15. Kill the shade.
Can I get an innervate?
Shades down.
Everybody back to the boss. And the soul's up. We need to heal it.
Kill the ass.
My innervate's in cooldown.
Got it.
Move the boss a little.
Wicker, do you have it up?
Yep, got him.
Thank you.
Okay, shade is up.
I'm dropping him in a tight
More, yes,
corner.
good.
Hide in the corner.
On it.
So you saw that rope, but I didn't see it. I was trying to heal this.
I have enough food
Rip soul.
for everyone.
How many stacks on the shade?
11.
I have enough food for
Dropping Minotaur Totem now.
Okay, kill the shade.
Bargast!
Okay, rip souls out.
Their souls.
Shade is out. Make sure to polymorph it.
This boat has killed my
Okay, bears down. Wait for the shade to get to 20.
Phase 3.
Ow.
Okay, bring the bosses together.
I have enough boats for everyone.
If you get a brown circle onto you, move to the wall.
Somebody's attacking the shade.
Yeah, stop attacking the shade. Don't have enough stacks on it yet.
Block's down.
Today.
The shade,
I'm down.
Yes. Somebody started killing the shade when we weren't ready.
We hit a new phase, which just confused people. So, because that's third phase, which is awesome, guys. We are making progress, so don't get frustrated. I know it's easy to.
All that armor.
no, I'm enjoying the hell out of this raid, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we're making progress every time. We've made progress on this boss, so I'm not upset at all. Like I said, I knew this was going to be a brick wall, but from my understanding of what I've been reading and seeing, is it is for all raid teams, just because it's so different with each phase.
You got to turn around and heal stuff and move stuff in or move stuff out.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in one fight. It happens.
And guys, we got the third phase without hero, so that's pretty good.
Yep.
With only 4 healers. Thanks.
And 4 healers.
And 4 healers. Yeah, but the innervate and tie totems worked out.
Now wait a minute. No, 4 healers is not right. You had 4.5 healers. You did have Ted casting heals as fast as he could.
Question: when you were getting right before Rip Souls, Thorn,
Who did more heals than he did there?
Okay,
you got Thorn. You got hammered like a couple times right before Rip Soul. Do you know what hit you?
As soon as he does Rip Soul, he takes a bunch of health from me.
So it's pretty much because he's pulling his soul, so it's taking health away from him. That would be my guess.
Yep.
He's pulling his health for the soul.
Or are we?
Yeah, we're going to call it for the night. But
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think that it worked out better with Black tanking the boss towards the center, and then he's got room to move him when the Rip Soul comes out if we can't heal it fast enough, and then just got to move him back towards the center again. So this way the healers have enough range so that they can get to everybody, because we still have to loosely spread, because that spray shot, like that thing, it can hit too many people, right? So,
Right, and 2 of your healers are paladins, which means we have to be directly in your ass to heal you.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah,
But
Rip Soul
we should
does
have
20k.
Yeah, we should have that boss down tomorrow because we should have all 5 healers at the beginning.
Oh, yeah, even
so
if we don't, it'll be easy. We got him.
Oh,
it's just a learning curve.
Yep, it very much so is.
I know for that first rip, so I was like, you're not getting to the boss. I did lay on hands.
Hopefully. Cross your fingers. Hopefully.
Well, and it's like, like I'm getting used to melee because I am not used to being up in the boss's face on this shit.
Oh yeah, like I said, it's a learning curve for everybody.
Y'all did fantastic. I'm telling you right now, every one of you. I was watching, and there was not, you guys were moving the arrows.
Yeah, what you have to do.
Thank you for having me along tonight, y'all. I appreciate it.
Not a problem. I know some people are low geared. Some people are below that 180 mark. But everybody's just right there, and everybody's been putting in the time and the effort, and I appreciate it all from everybody.
Yeah, guilty on the gear mark.
It happens.
Yep. Just remember on the arrows thing, it's actually a little bit better if you don't move than if you move when you get the arrow. Because if you don't move, then everyone else can react and move out of your way. But if you do move and I move at the same time, I can end up in your way, right?
Yeah, that way only 3 people are only for 3 people. It's easier for 3 people to stay still and everyone else to move, as opposed to 3 people trying to move and everyone else trying to move out of your way as you're moving at the same time.
Well, that's why Rove said with the arrows go in that one spot. So what he was trying to say is everybody stays away from there, and that's where the arrows go. But as I was watching, it depends on the raid team. We weren't going to get them all in one spot.
Yeah, and like you said, every raid team is different, and everybody does things a little differently, and that's fine. I mean, because nobody is the same. If everybody was the same, this would be a very boring world. That's for damn sure.
I mean, yes, and I understand why Rove was saying that, because yes.
Oh, I do too.
That's the cutest accent.
And I appreciate the help from both Rove and you, Nana, and everybody else that has seen these fights. So,
well, I was glad I was able to shut my mouth and let Thorn take over.
Yeah, once he figured out what he was looking for, it was easy for him.
It's like, good. Now I can just focus on what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna get off here because it is late. I'm gonna go to bed, and I will see you all tomorrow.
Good night.
See you tomorrow.
Good night.
Thanks.
Good night.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Yep.
Cuckoo.
Yep. I'll put logs up here in just a little bit for you.
Yeah,
I don't want to see those. I don't want to see those.
They're actually looking fairly good, though.
And you got to remember, the logs are good to also track your progress. Right now you're not going to be parsing, but as time goes on, you'll see how your numbers climb and get better. So I'm not worried about parsing right now. I'm just worried about getting mechanics down and getting bosses down.
I parse on trash.
Will say is there's nowhere near as much moving around as everybody made it out to be. I didn't have to move much at all.
This boss is a lot of planting your feet with this boss.
Yeah.
Just the further in, sweetie. I'm letting you know, honey.
That's fine. I'm just saying. I found a little spot.
Trying to give you a warning.
I found a little spot and I planted my butt.
This may be the first expansion where Death Knight has actually been fun for me.
I know, that's why there's top of damn charts.
As far as Unholy, I mean. I've always been Frost. This is the first expansion I've ever touched Unholy.
Well, you're doing good, but unfortunately I don't think any of us are ever going to beat out Rove. Rove is just, Rove. I don't know how that man fucking does it. It doesn't matter if it's Frost, Arcane, or Fire. He's always top of the charts. He'll go, I'm going to try this spec, and he'll still blow it through the water. And I'm going,
how the fuck do you do it? Boom.
No, see, Rove is our benchmark. What we should all be aiming.
I was pushing, trying real hard to get him.
We all do, trust me. I don't know what it is, but even Kronos, who is a higher item level and everything else, still cannot beat Rove out on DPS.
I've only caught him twice, and that was just for a little while.
Yeah, it's only for a small smidgen can you catch him.
I was proud as
Okay,
hell
well-
of that, though.
Oh, I bet you were, Bear. But okay, I'm out, guys. Talk to you later.
Later.
Good night. Yeah, well,
Like, I finally got you.
I own on the command table. I'm just saying.
Oh, shoot.
I think I was pumping all right.
Katie, you are a horrible healer. You are a
Me?
horrible healer. 24th.
Any healing?
Yeah, healing.
Dude, I popped my exhilaration a couple times.
I had to hit my stuff a lot.
Ooh, I'm
That was
interested
my
in these logs.
All
That was my first time healing a raid as a shaman, and it was fun. But man, oh man, Castle Nathria is no joke.
Wait.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, wait for the next boss.
Ted, are
Is
you
this-
still breathing?
Sun King is the next boss, I think, isn't it?
You have a
Yeah, I'm breathing, but I am in the middle
You
of
artificer
getting ready to
something.
cry.
Why?
You didn't hear what was said about my healing?
No, I did not hear what was said about your healing.
Someone said I was doing more healing than DPS.
Okay. We were a healer short. I don't think that's a bad thing.
No. As in my healing numbers were higher than my DPS numbers.
Oh, okay.
That's a bad thing.
Okay. Is it a bad thing if that's what you were doing, was healing as much as you possibly could?
I was trying to hurt the boss and heal the tank and heal everyone else who needed it, innervate the main healer.
So what you do, right? You got to have a little more focus, right? So what you should be doing is you're DPSing the boss. You're going to innervate when it's called for, and where you're going to off heal on that fight is the Rip Soul.
Okay. So
it's just a matter of focus.
Yeah, but still, it's like, I don't think that's actually true, but it's like, dude, seriously? I was doing more healing than DPS? That sucks!
Actually, Rove was not first on the Shriekwing. Huh.
Rove did what?
Rove was number 2 on Shriekwing.
Yeah, Chronos, yeah.
Okay, Ted,
Those
you
two
did 77.5k healing on this last fight. Okay?
Okay.
You did 1.3 mil DPS.
Okay.
So you did a lot more DPS than healing.
Thank God.
You came in 9th on DPS.
I gotta work on that.
Hey, you beat Cedric, and you almost beat me. So, there's something to be said. You beat Nana. Okay.
And then those
Okay.
Beastmaster hunters.
I'm not pouting or whining. I'm just like, seriously?
Well,
you know, those,
yeah, and you're
those
not
Beastmaster hunters. Yeah.
You're not
like
used to playing healer and DPS at the same time either.
No, that's true.
Right? So
It's a hard match to face.
yeah, so you don't have any muscle memory. Like you said, you're an icon pusher. So you can't just go 3, 6, 2, 4, 7, 2. That doesn't work. Right?
I actually do that. I see the icon and I remember what button that is, so I start clicking.
Right, but that doesn't work when you throw heals into the mix.
Oh,
You
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news, but when we get the Sun King guys, we're foobarred if we can't have off-specs heal. I'm serious. If you watch the fight, we have to, in order to win that fight, we have to heal the person to 100%. And in order to do it, this guy's on a platform and you have to heal it.
Yep.
There's no other way to do it. You can't cheese it or nothing. And everybody has to heal in the fight. Otherwise, you will not win.
Huh.
Well, it's got those four pedestals down there.
We're going to need a lot on
Yeah, I'm looking at my breakdown. I could do a lot better.
Where do you get your when you get to that level of renown? Where do you get your Hearthstone from your covenant?
Just a toy, I think you buy.
Yeah,
it's not worth it. Don't spend your anima on it unless you just
is
want.
The soul stone. It is a Hearthstone.
I know that.
It's wherever your other Hearthstone is.
Oh, is that what it does?
Yeah.
I bought it thinking it was like a teleport, and it is not, man.
No, it's like the one you got if you pre-ordered Shadowlands. It's just a different look. It's a different look for the same art style.
It's a reskin.
I filed a ticket about it today. I said, please give us a Hearthstone to our covenant like you did in our garrison. And while you're at it,
like you're gonna listen to you.
Really nice.
Yeah, like they're gonna listen, Bear.
Hey, it's worth a beg. Worst thing you can do is tell me to shut the hell up.
Shut the hell up.
Yeah, there you go, Bear.
Well, I don't know how well I did tonight. I mean, this very last fight, I guess it was okay. It was 7th, but
I mean, I don't know. Like, I still want to do my hunter because overall I'll end up doing better. But not having the insane desire to impress Jack and Derpy was nice and did a lot for my confidence.
Cool.
I feel like we all did really well.
That's not the one I wanted. What do I want?
It's not an easy raid. It's going to take a bit, so.
It's definitely fun though.
Better than running a dungeon.
Yeah.
Again.
Burnt out.
And again.
I just realized something.
What, Ted?
I said, I just realized something. You've got a druid that was built for tanking, which means you're gunning for a thorn and black spot. And now I just found out we're doing a boss that requires an off healer, which means if you who play your druid for Ray, that means you're going to be gunning for Dr. Heal, and everyone else's spot. I as well.
Hey, I half thought for about 3 milliseconds to grab Big Bear and throw him in with his invigorator, whatever, invigorate. So it'd be you, me, and Wicker. That's 30 seconds out of 3 minutes. You know, it's not forever.
Well,
it's long enough.
It'll change a bit. Like, we didn't have like, the hard thing with the Rip Soul, we just didn't have a nice setup, I guess. It's not a bad thing. Like, the problem with the Disc Priest, like, I should probably change to Holy maybe for this fight, but it's just because we have 2 pallies and they're melee heavy, so by the time a Rip Soul gets there, it's already healed through, so I'll figure it out. We'll get around it. It's not hard.
And it's like that one person said she can put down a mana totem that heals your mana. Well, that's awesome.
I knew that one would be a little hard with it just because of the mechanics, like reading the healing stuff. I knew that was going to be a little bit of a pain. Once we're past that, it'll be a cakewalk.
Well, it's like when me and Ted are out farming, because my druid's only like level 54 or something, and all he's for is leatherworking and skinning, you know? So we'll be out farming, and Ted gets a kick out of me because I said, all I want to do is go wing, 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 cluck, 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 wing, 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 cluck, 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 cluck. And he's like, Dad, that's not how it works. And because what I saw was this horde owl. He'd throw right arm out, left arm out, right arm out, left arm out, and then he'd bring both of his arms together and flick his fingers like little tiny wings, okay? And he just kept doing this over and over and over again. And he was just constant. And I was like, that is cool. That's how I want to farm. So now that I've been doing it in reality, I get hurt, right? And I'm going Q, which is my heal. Q, 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 Q. Why isn't Q, Q? Ah, damn it, I'm out of mana.
Now you have to go to Legion and get the thing that allows you to flap your wings.
Is that what that is?
It used to be a glyph, but now it's one of the Legion places where you buy it and you learn how to flap your wings.
That's hilarious.
All right, guys, it's been good. I'll see you tomorrow night.
All right,
all right, Brutus. Take care, man.
Yep.
Yeah, I showed Ted what the guy was doing. He just laughed at me and shook his head. It's like, Dad, that's not how you play a balanced druid. He said, that's a laser chicken, and I don't know what he's doing with those little wings, but no.
You can play it as a laser chicken if you want to play it as a laser chicken.
Oh, Ted left. I didn't hear him leave the channel. Ted, am I playing Big Bear as a laser chicken?
You want to, but he's built for tank. He was originally built for tanking and melee.
Yeah,
and
you can change his build anytime you want.
Yeah, but how have I been playing him?
I want to say pretty well, all considering.
But as a laser chicken, or?
Usually you want to play him as a laser chick again, but when called upon you switch to tanking, which is really good.
Yeah, at eye level 95.
96.
We don't want to remind Kane of that. We don't want to give the man nightmares.
Tank for you.
I know, right? Well, I am leveling up my marksman just in case we need him if the warlock doesn't pan out. Right?
The warlock, you'll be fine with the warlock.
And I got him to 53 tonight. But
and everyone's freaking out over marksman versus BM. There's no difference.
I told Thorn and Black tonight. I said, look, I'm gonna stick with the warlock unless you guys tell me I'm not putting out the numbers. And if I'm not putting out the numbers, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I'll either switch to Affliction, we'll see if that works, or I'll go grab my marksman, and we know that'll work. You know, but if the warlock is working, groovy. If he's not, I have no problems changing mains yet again.
It's fine, Bear. You'll be fine.
So tonight, I didn't see a problem with the mechanics tonight. I really didn't.
No, there's not. It's just people overreacting.
The thing that bothered me tonight, what killed me tonight on that first boss, is people kept standing close to the frickin' pillars. And you can't do that. You gotta stand away from the pillars so there's a gap.
You're supposed to.
If you don't leave that gap, you leave me no room, and I ain't got the HP to survive those puddles. I've only got 27k. You know?
Well, it's a coordination thing too, right? Like,
right.
The whole group should be moving to one pillar.
Right.
Right? And you're behind the one pillar, and when it does drop, eventually does drop a blood down under that pillar, then you've got 3 other pillars that you can use.
That's right. That's right. That's absolutely
That's how that works. I've watched it a couple times now, and it's like it's very coordinated how it works.
Yep. And we didn't do it that way. We did not do it that way at all. But I'm not going to argue with it, you know. I mean, Thor and I kind of got into it a little bit, but he thought I was saying something different than what I was saying, because all I was trying to say is I would really appreciate a gap, you know. And I've noticed after he does the shriek, he throws a blood pool out.
Correct, and he puts it where the people are hiding behind the pillar.
Yep. So if they're up tight against that pillar, that's where the blood pool goes.
Right, and if they're behind 2 pillars, I think you might end up with more blood than you should.
Right. So that's why
I don't know. The ones that I've watched, yeah.
I tried to find little itsy bitsy holes to stand in when I got the blood on me, and there was just none. It wasn't being stacked; it was being spread out, and it was right up against the pillars. So I had no place to hide other than in the blood. And I can't heal myself enough. Because I can't use drain life. I have no line of sight. There's nothing for me to drain. So there's no way for me to heal myself fast enough.
It's fine. I sent him a link to complexity limits strategy guide, and it actually tells you where to stand, where the tanks to stand, what to do in each phase. So.
Because I hit my vial, my vial of serenity, which is 20%, and purges everything. I hit my hearthstone or healthstone, which is 25, and I hit my pot, which is 50%. That's all I got. Oh no! I also used my fear, which is 20%. So
yeah,
but that's all I got.
It'll get cleaned up over time as people do it more and more. It'll clean up.
I hate to fear the boss, but when I need a heal and I'm not getting them, that's all I got. That's 20% right now, and that can be the difference between me dying or not dying. So
I guess no one wants to kill this boss.
Well, I'm going to shut it down for the night.
All right, Bear. Take care of yourself. Talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah, we got a lot done today. Me and Ted went farming for 5 hours. And I didn't get very many mats. I only got like 18, but he was a low level. He was at level 1 when we started, so you're not going to get a lot of herbs at that level. But we can go out to Bastion tomorrow or something. There's a place there. It's got kind of a small circle, but in what was it, an hour, Ted? You got 50 herbs or something like that. So it's a good little place to run around in. So it gives the what was it, Death Blossom? This is a Death Blossom. Yeah. So alrighty. I'm out of here.
Take care, man.
Good night.
Powering off. Mic off.